So today's playfulness will be about taking away goals, or the goal aspect. Because if you haven't figured it out already, playfulness can be killed by goals. And really, when we find ourselves lacking playfulness, or we've killed the playfulness, there's not a lot of playfulness with ourselves or between us and others, we're going through a really hard time with, let's say, like a partner, because like the fun or the playfulness is kind of dead or dying, or something's happened to it. It's just lost, same thing with our kids. There's definitely times like that with friends, or just in our lives, where you're just feeling like, oh my God, there's none. A lot of times it plays into just because we're trying to get so much done. We're trying to get so much done in our lives. Productiveness is like key, and it's on overdrive, and we're trying to get so much done with those people that we love, trying to get so much done as a team with our partner. We're trying to get so much done as a team with our kids. We're trying to push them to get things done, or still, the ultimate thing is productivity, goals, getting stuff done. All of that is the main focus. It is overbalanced, overskewed in that direction. And it's that, like I said, overdrive, just like hyperdrive productivity going on. And it's, it's just in the relationship. It seeps into it and infiltrates it, because it's about life. And so then a lot of other times, so then what happens is, all right, we get in those modes and we can kind of feel it, and we know, like, we just need to do nothing for a day. We just need to do nothing. Or like, wouldn't it get us all back in a fun family mood if we just like sat and stared at the water at the beach and did nothing, just a lazy vacation, lazy weekend, or with our partner, a romantic getaway or something, and we think of it as like doing nothing and kind of going to that other extreme. And it helps. It absolutely helps. But sometimes it doesn't really generate playfulness in the way that we're hoping to, because we kind of are like, all right, well, it was a nice break from productivity. And, but like, did we really have fun? I guess fun did happen. Relaxation happened, but did we really have fun? Were people laughing and playing, and, not just the kids, but like were you laughing and playing? And were you really actively bubbling with fun energy? And that's a whole different question, because that may not exactly be the case, because it doesn't necessarily come from going to the other pole. Like, you got hyper productivity on one end, and then you've got like sitting and doing zilch on the other. And the fun doesn't really come from either pole. But for sure, doing nothing after you've been in hyperdrive can definitely feel good and feel like it's rebalancing things, or that it was needed. It can feel replenishing. But fun or playfulness, and we've already talked about this a little. It's like, it comes from still being active, not being passive and just sitting and do nothing. It's active energy being put towards something that's not goal oriented, or something that isn't a goal. And so that's kind of what we're going to play with, because we can bring more playfulness alive if we kind of have this understanding. When things are feeling stale, when things are feeling, like, oh my God, I am in this like nasty drudgery of not playfulness with my relationship, with my life, with whatever, then we know ways to try to balance that, active, putting energy forward in ways that don't have a goal. And then another little ingredient that's like in there is meaningfulness too. So, I'll start expanding on this, because I'm going to start talking about the challenge. We're going to pick something that you normally have a lot of goals around, or that's a goal of yours, like just a really clean house, or something that's typically goal oriented in your life. And you're going to try to do it without goals. So let's say you're cleaning your house, and how do I do that without goals? All right, well, but it's not going to be passive. Okay. So it's not, the answer is, well, I won't clean my house, like I'll just do nothing. I'll chill out and watch movies instead that day. I mean, that's fun, but, taking something that's highly goal oriented, or achievement based, like I want to achieve a clean house, I want to get all of this done, clean, looking good, and let that part go. Where, okay, now we're just going to set up maybe a direction is a better word to say, because it's not a hard and fast goal and it's not about achievement. We'll just set up a direction. Like the direction is cleaning the house, but it doesn't matter how we get there, how fast we get there, if we get there. It's just kind of a direction, a pointer, something that gets us, And so we might do it, and then this brings out creativity too, because that is putting action or energy forward in a goalless direction or in a goalless way. It has a lot to do with creativity. So, okay, how can we do it? Well, maybe we'll try to clean the house without using any standard tools. So we won't have brooms, or we won't have rags, or we'll use something else for rags, or we'll get creative and try to figure out some other way to, rake together the particles on our floor. I don't know. That's a way. Or maybe we put on music and we do cleaning to the beat, and not just like, to the beat, like you're dancing while cleaning, but like nobody would know you were cleaning because you're doing it as a dance. And if somebody was watching, they wouldn't even know, or something, so you're just finding ways to make the cleaning a direction, not necessarily a goal, not necessarily achievement. You see how this is still putting energy forward. It's still not just not cleaning. It's putting energy forward, and it's getting creative, but the goal is relaxed, and so it can make it more fun. I promise you, after you try cleaning like that, just one day, even with your kids or your partner or somebody that like hates cleaning too, like, oh God, this is so much drudgery for our family or whatever, it'll change your perspective on it. You may not be able to do this every day like this. That's not the point. It's always the exercising the muscles that we're doing here. But yeah, it might be like, something that you guys do, and then it totally changes the way it'll ease up some of that drudgery around cleaning. It'll shift the perspective on cleaning just because you've tried it another way, just because you've had some more fun in doing it. It'll definitely lighten the load of all that productivity overdrive a little, and probably for a long time around cleaning, because every time you clean again, you'll be thinking of this and smile to yourself and whatever. So it has an effect. It definitely has an effect that I think you'll see. And then the other bit that I said before about the meaningfulness, sometimes I'm a person that loves meaningfulness. And sometimes that's another cool little component to add in and sneak in when playfulness is sort of lacking, or when you're not feeling that sense of aliveness, that deep wellspring of being alive, and you're wanting to get quick tapped in. Meaningfulness can do it too. That's why, like, when we do something that's outside of our comfort zone, it feels playful, and that's something that we try as playfulness. Yeah, there's sort of this other element of meaningfulness being added in there, and we can feel ourselves growing and expanding in having tried something that's outside of our comfort zone, because we pressed those zones or boundaries out a little, and we did it carefully in a way that we were okay with, and playfully, without too many heavy goals, but we were putting our energy forward. We weren't just doing nothing and passively expecting it to come to us. We were putting our energy forward, and we didn't get too bogged down with like achievement and doing anything in any particular way, because that doesn't matter. It's like a direction, and that's it. And yeah, it can really be an extra bonus to have this element of meaningfulness too, because it grew you, it expanded you. There was, an element where you gained, you expanded, is the best way to say it. But anyway, so let's see if we can do that, we're going to play ball or something that's usually really goal-oriented, and we keep score, or putt-putt or something. Take that away. Make it a direction. It's a direction that will be hitting the ball with something, but it's not like a hard and fast goal. And because you can see how games like that, games that have goals and achievement and winning and scorekeeping, those are games, right? And like, that's supposed to be playful, right? But they can spin out so fast, can't they? Camera decided to go on me again, sorry. But I was just saying that they can spin out on us really fast. Those kind of competitive games can get ugly. You know, they've got too much achievement, too many goals around them. And so it can be not fun. They have a tendency for that. They can still be fun. And there is some fun and in achieving a goal. I'm not saying that there's not, because there is. But when it's too much, imbalanced, overdrive, hyperdrive, like be aware of the balance and know how to get it back. But yeah, so take the goal away. Pick anything in your life or a game that has a goal, you know, board game, whatever, and take the goal away, or relax on it. Just let it be a direction. See if that shifts anything. See if you can add meaning too. See how it goes.